Northeastern University Gombe has officially begun preparations for its maiden convocation ceremony with the inauguration of a committee that will coordinate activities for the landmark event. The convocation committee was inaugurated by the founder and pro-chancellor of the university, Dr. Sana Jauro, while the vice-chancellor will serve as chairman of the committee. Membership includes the registrar, deputy vice-chancellors, and other principal officers of the university responsible for planning and coordinating activities leading to the historic ceremony. Speaking during the inauguration, the founder and pro-chancellor described the forthcoming convocation as another major milestone in the university's remarkable journey, coming shortly after the successful graduation of its pioneer students. He commended the commitment and sacrifices of the university's academic and non-academic staff, noting that their dedication has been instrumental in the institution's steady progress from securing its operating license, admitting its first cohort of students, and successfully graduating its first set of graduates, to now preparing for its maiden convocation. He urged members of staff to sustain the spirit of teamwork, professionalism, and excellence that has distinguished the university, expressing confidence that the same commitment would ensure a successful and memorable convocation ceremony.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Vice Chancellor, Northeastern University Gombe, deans of faculties, the DVC, the registrar, and other members of staff, a very good afternoon. The VC has highlighted the essence of this meeting. Ordinarily, this committee would have been Senate's ceremonies committee, but because of the importance attached to the maiden convocation, the long thorny way we followed to find ourselves here, the unquantifiable and invaluable sacrifice we have made to be here, the burden of translating or seeing that our vision is translated into this in this university made it mandatory for me to do this committee from council, so that we'll make sure, just the way we have been standing behind the vice chancellor and his team, for them to work, we make sure that this time around too, the vice chancellor himself chairs the committee. He would have ordinarily set up a committee and make somebody to chair it, but this time, because of its importance, the vice chancellor himself is the chairman, and you could see that all those that matter in this university, are part of this committee. That is the essence. We have come a very long way from the struggle with the NUC, development of the strategic documents, going through the rigors of resource verification, sometimes even unnecessary delays. We have gone through grueling times, and the biggest witness to this is Dr. Sani Isiaka, that we have been working together with him over all this time. We have passed through trying times, but we refuse to give up. So you could see the struggle we went through. We went through trying times. We got the license in the end. The admission drive itself was a Herculean task. I had to be part of the people that, looking for students. Myself, the DVC, the registrar, we were calling, it was not an easy thing. But because of the passion, the commitment, the vision, and the readiness to see that we sacrifice our best, to see that the university comes up strong. We had a very good start. We went through accreditations. We recorded excellent marks. In fact, I have never known that it would have been possible for any university to score the marks we had scored during accreditation, to do anything. We tried to make sure that we meet the standards, and professional bodies the Council of Legal Education, the ACON, we have gotten their accreditation. We have invited the Nursing Council. They came, verified our resources, increased our quota. We are now interfacing with the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. These are new programs. The computer, whatever, all the bodies that are supposed to, come and guide us. We have committed ourselves to that. The essence is to revolutionize the Nigerian university system. We have had battles with the issues of processes and procedures of doing things in the university, battles of quality assurance, battles of even trying to make the staff develop themselves. And we are still in this battle, the mentorship battle. I'm sure Professor Wamanga that has joined us maybe a year ago. Yeah, he will also tell you about the battle of getting our own staff to key in so that they develop themselves. And the battle of channeling these students through the system, the process, that we have fashioned out that will, revolutionize the education system. So we have gone through so many battles, and today we are formally writing the concluding chapter, our first round of the academic battle. So that is why I feel that I should be the one to sit down here, inaugurate the committee, and I will be getting reports from the chairman of the committee. He knows me very well. I will be on his neck. So that we have a grand ceremony that will tell the world that we have arrived, that we have the capacity to run a university. And not only a university, but one of the best universities. We have a lot of things to show that we are the best. We took off with law. You people in law, you are very thrifty. You don't want people to start with your program. So we met your requirements, and law was one of the first programs we took off with. ACON, only 4 universities in the whole northern Nigeria have ACON accreditation. We are the 4th. In the Northeast, we are the only university with ACON accreditation. I think we have done enough to make a statement. So that is why we have selected you people. Each of you individually, I know you. I know your commitment to the university. I know that with this team, all hands will be on deck to make sure that we have a befitting convocation ceremony. So that we will also thank our God for making this possible, for creating this university, putting it in our hands, and making it possible for us to achieve this. This is the essence. So the essence of the committee is to celebrate our graduating students, award distinctions, honors to those who deserve, and make a statement to the world that we are, and we have come, and we have achieved, and that we are reliable and dependable. Leave parents, sponsors, donors, government, employers, and all partners in no doubt that we are dependable allies. So this is the essence of establishing this committee. And also, we need to project the reputation of the university, the integrity of the university, the commitment of the university in terms of providing teaching, research, and community service. The tripod essence of the establishment of the university by the federal government. This convocation should be able to make a very strong statement in these three areas. Some of them will be made in speeches, but everything will find manifestation on how you handle the convocation ceremony itself. The amount of planning, the amount of decorum, the adherence to protocol, the order of proceedings, the venue itself and how it is decorated, the public address system that must not fail, and the media coverage that must be functional and that must be a perfect memory for the university. So videos and photographs and audio records must not fail. Public address system must not fail. Public address system must not fail. Because once public address system fails, the whole function, it means that whatever we claim to have achieved has come to naught. We are not organized. Memory must be there for posterity. There must be decorum in the execution of the convocation. So you must rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. And you must pay attention to details. So all of you must be committed to this. I already have your letters of appointment with the terms of reference. But some of the things I am saying here may only be implied in the terms of reference. So that is why I feel that we should interface. I speak to you about what we expect, and I will be standing there behind you to say that this is achieved. We must determine who we are going to invite and who we want to give the convocation message to, the whole convocation itself. Apart from the students and the parents, who else do we want to know who we are and what we have done and what we are capable of doing in future? We leave a stamp in the mind of each and every individual attending this convocation. And we carve a picture for the future of the university. So that the world will identify with us. The world will trust us. The world will see our integrity and reliability. The world will see us as drivers of quality. And the world will see us as a nexus for development, that which we are. So essentially, this is the main essence of the committee and the convocation itself. It is not just a normal ceremony. It is a ceremony loaded with message, and also loaded with psychotherapy. The world should know that we are departing from the endemic culture of I don't care attitude that has been existing in the Nigerian university system. The world should see our stamp. This is the essence. And you are the people that can make this happen. I'm confident that you can do it. If you come together, cooperate, you can do it. Because you have done it before. Therefore, I wish you well, and I'm sure that God in His infinite mercy and wisdom will support us. Now, part of the strategies too that I want to advise, by the end of the convocation, let me not forget, you also need to engage the alumni. The alumni should take off, even if possible during the build-up to the convocation. We should launch alumni, university alumni, so that there will be a perpetual relationship with the university alumni. There should be a build-up to the ceremony, because this is what will tell the world that something great is about to happen. Some light celebrations by the students, the convocation lecture, maybe dinner or whatever that you think you can do. We don't have to restrict ourselves to what others are doing. We can be innovative. We can be innovative to see that we drive our message home. Adverts, light celebrations, social media engagement with the graduating students and also the existing students, and many other things that we could do to permeate the whole world and tell them that something big is about to happen in this university. And arrangement must be perfect, as I have mentioned earlier. It's part of the, strategies. Perfect venue, perfect decoration, perfect order of sitting arrangement, parking arrangement, perfect. Security arrangement, perfect. Whoever comes, whoever you invite, you have provided a seat for that person. So that when he comes, you just take him to his seat. And perfect selection of those that we are going to invite as premium guests, especially donor agencies, development partners, and potential employers of our graduating students, so that they will come and see and hear us and have confidence that when they employ our products, they will not regret. So it is also an event showcasing the products of this university. We have produced them. We also want to ensure that they have gotten good jobs. They are properly employed and fully utilized by the world community. So security arrangement, parking areas, public address system, medical emergencies, have to plan for all these things. Invitations, who to invite, because there are people that we want to make sure that they attend. Who are they? You need to know them. How do you invite them? Because there are people that by merely sending them letters, they will not come. You have to go and literally beg them to come, because they are too busy. They have so many things doing, but when they come, they are gracing the occasion or lift the spirit and the message that we are trying to give. When to invite them and when to send them reminders. We have to determine this. Accommodation and logistics. I've talked about convocation lecture, who to deliver the lecture, and on what topic and why. Possibly convocation dinner, But above all, you also must be conscious of the fact that we have limited resources. We'll be operating under a very tight budget, but our tight budget should not be a limitation to the attainment of our objectives. So, by and large, this is my message to you. The committee is made up of the following people. Professor Yusuf Amudaya as chairman, who is the vice chancellor of the university. Dr. Muhammad Sani Isiaka, the DVC and DAP as member. Hajia Hawa Abubakar, the registrar. Professor Aliu Jauro, council member and senator. Professor Mohammed Ardo Bamanga, Professor Christiana Ejura Atta, Dr. Adamu Hamid, Muhammad Hamid, Dr. Hajara Sani Labaran, Dr. Sani Abubakar, the Dean of
Allied Sciences,
Dr. Abubakar Aliu Dangana, Dr. Haruna Hassan, Mr. Abubakar Sadiq Jauro, Mr. Abe Abubakar Bayu, Abubakar Bayu Nafada, Samson Igwe Nova is the assistant secretary. Bayu is the secretary but also member. Samson is the assistant secretary. Tijani Mohammed Sani, students representative, is a member. And Ms. Aisha Yaugiadi, student representative too. We are carrying the students along because this is a student-centered university. We want to transfer experience to them. We want them to learn what we are doing because one day we will not be here, and they should also, be able to lead the students, getting experience from us so that they grow faster. So you engage them very well. Now, I will not read the terms of reference because there are many, but I've summarized most of the things I want to say. But when you get your letter, we have about 21 terms of reference, and they are not exhaustive. Any area you feel that should be included, you are free to put it in and come up with a position. Because this is your university, and it is your convocation, and it is your labor that will be celebrated. I'm confident that whatever you are going to do is going to be in the interest of the whole thing. So, and you are free to co-opt, members that are not among you. You can do subcommittees, co-opt members of the university community to serve in those subcommittees. Where you have to co-opt people from outside the university community, we need to know. The VC will come and seek clarification from me before we allow somebody that is not part of us to participate in the committee. Because, we have to be very careful. We're a family, we don't allow external members to come and see our secrets unless we know that there is no any danger in it. So this is it. And the convocation, I'm thinking, you determine the date, but I'm thinking of somewhere around December, first week of December. By then, rains have started withdrawing, so that rainfall will not, and by then the students too will be around in the university.
Students need to be around.
So you look at the Senate approved calendar and see where you are going to slot the. And BC, I want you to give me a weekly report on the progress of this convocation. Now my attention has come back to convocation.
Exactly.
So, and I will not let you rest. So you have to start meeting immediately.
Yes.
To break down the terms of reference and see how you proceed. So by and large, this is the essence of this meeting. And by this speech, this Maiden Convocation Committee is hereby inaugurated. Thank you very much.
Responding on behalf of the committee, the Vice-Chancellor expressed appreciation to the founder and Pro-Chancellor for the confidence reposed in its members. He assured the university management that the committee would work diligently to deliver a befitting maiden convocation ceremony that reflects the institution's standards of academic excellence and its growing reputation.
I can never be tired thanking the founder for putting his thoughts together to establish these institutions and give us the opportunity to move at the pace we are moving. We want to thank you, sir. Now, it's our duty to sustain the tempo. We have passed the phase 1 of the ladder. We have admitted the students, we have tested them, we have tutored them, and they have given us their results. Now it's time to show the world that this is our maiden product that we have produced. And the founder's usual tradition. I mentioned something when I first came. I said, if you want to go very far, you go with others. But if you want to go faster, you go alone. Coincidentally, the founder shared that idea by his actions. He doesn't say it, but all his actions shows he wants to go far. So we prefer carrying everybody along so that the journey is not truncated.
The inauguration marks the official commencement of activities leading to Northeastern University Gombe's first convocation ceremony, an event expected to celebrate the achievements of the university's pioneer graduates while showcasing the institution's continued growth and commitment to quality teaching, research, innovation, and community service. For NEUTB News, I am Mukutar Sane Solawa.